Dear sister, how you doing? I hope that whatever time you listen to this podcast, that your heart is full, that you're loving and believing in yourself. If not, if you're having a struggle, that's what brother is here for. I'm here to drop this pod on you, to lift your heart, to lift your spirit, to pull you back to the places you belong in your mind and your heart. You're valuable. You count. And if you didn't know it, let me tell you today. If no one else lets you know, sis, you're valuable. I love you. You're beautiful. You count. You have authority. You have ability, and you can do great things in your life. Let's get into it today. I wrote a book called The Soul of Sarah. Let me show it to you right quick. I have to put it on the screen, but I wrote a book called The Soul of Sarah back in 2012. After I eulogized my mother, I talked about a little bit of this in my last podcast, where I was talking about why I wrote the book, or what I thought when I eulogized my mother. And the thought was that it was a scripture that says Sarah died. And even though there was only two words, Sarah died, I think the concept is to think really who Sarah was, right? Because, okay, I got it now. I feel it now. I think that since Sarah died, I think we have to decide or look at who Sarah was. Because when she died, something left the earth. Something left the earth, sis. Something left the earth when Sarah died, because she was so valuable. And so when the scripture said that Sarah died, it means that we took a loss. It means that a matriarch had fallen. It means that um, certain promises that were on Abraham's life could not happen without Sarah. That's the value of you. That's the value of you. And that's why I started this podcast, because your value is not in what degrees you get. I know now, and I'm going to talk direct. I know sometimes you ladies might disagree with me, but I'm going to talk like a brother that loves you, because that's who I am. I think that because there was a lack of love, lack of real relationship, lack of self-esteem, right? I think that at some point, a lot of you begin to chase the degrees and things like that. I'm not saying don't go get them. In fact, you've outdone men in degrees and everything else. But the issue is that degree, as much as it will get you an applause or it will raise your financial status, there is a part of your soul that the degrees won't ever fulfill, right? And so in all the fulfilling, and listen to this, is when you chase certain things, check your motive, right? Check your motive, because some things can be successful, but they're taking, excuse me. Some things can be successful, but they're taking you away from you. Some things can be successful, but they're taking you away from you. So the thing is, once you receive all these things and you get that master's and you get that promotion, there is something in a woman's soul that's not complete until she walks out the dreams or the thoughts in her head that she has for herself. And not just accolades that the world will applaud, but the goal is to get you to applaud you, and not in a fake way. Not in the, oh, I'm a woman, I'm strong, I'm mighty. No, I'm talking about real confidence, right? I know a lot of sisters that have to fake it, right? Have to fake it, have to fake success to tell their mind something different than what they feel, right? There has to come a place in your life where you value you outside of being a wife, outside of being a mother, outside of what you've done at work. See, there is an essence that you have to appreciate about you just because you're a woman. Do you know there's certain things that cannot come in the earth without a woman? Right? It can't come in the earth. There's some thoughts that won't be fully born, even if God puts a thought in a man's heart. There's certain thoughts that cannot be fully born and are fully realized until he shares them with the mind of a woman. See, it's just because you're a woman. There's certain greatness about you just because you're a woman. And I think that hasn't been taught enough. That's why little women are pushed to be married and pushed to, because we start stacking our value and what we do. I'm saying we like I'm a girl, but I'm with you, sis. Right? We start stacking our value based on what we do or what we've done for our home or what we've done for our children. But the issue is, what have you done for yourself? I'm not talking about getting your nails done. I'm not talking about getting your toes done. I'm talking about, what have you done for yourself soulishly that build your confidence in your womanhood, not in your accomplishments, but in your womanhood. See, the womanhood, you didn't have to earn that. That was a gift given to you the day you were born. The accomplishments or the accolades can come later, but who you are. And I want to give it through a male perspective, because like I said yesterday, aunties and mamas, they can all tell you, hey, girl, you're valuable, lift your head up. But I want to tell you the woman's value from a man's perspective, to let you know, even in the book of book of Genesis, I am a believer, so a lot of my principles will come from the Bible, right? I'm not trying to convert you, right? I'm trying to show you a principle. Even in the scriptures, when Adam was in that garden by himself, he had everything. The garden was set, right? And he named everything, but it was not complete. The garden needed beautifying that Adam could not do, because that part of Adam, that part was not in Adam. It was in her. See, women need men and men need women, and God strategically made the woman and the man both missing something. I believe also that that's why God removed the rib of Adam. I believe God removed the rib of Adam to show him where he lacks, and then put that protection in the heart of a woman. Here's the principle. The rib protects the vital organs of the body. And so God didn't take the bone of a man out of his butt for you to be behind him. God didn't take the bone out of his head so that you can control his thinking. God took the rib out of his side to protect him. That's your value. You protect him. But sis, you can't protect him unless you protect you. And that's why I started this podcast, to help you protect you. Why do you have to protect you? Because one of the principles I put in this book was that a woman's mind, just like her womb, when a man gives a seed to a woman, he gives a seed. I wrote the size of it in this book. Oh, here it is. 1,000th of a milliliter is the size of a seed that a man gives a woman. 1,000th of a milliliter. And in months later, you give him back a face, fingers, toes, arms, organs, ability to hear, see, all these things. That is the power of a woman. And not only can you do that with a male seed. See, that's the thing. That's why I'm trying to get you off this man thing and mad at him and chasing him and pissed off at him. I'm trying to get you to look at you, so you no longer submit to a man that doesn't have a garden for you to be comfortable in. You see what I'm saying? Let me read this to you. It's in my book called The Soul of Sarah. It's on Amazon right now. The Soul of Sarah. Page number 17. The same way her ovaries, fallopian tubes, womb, and birth canal operate to form and birth a child is the same way her mind, will, emotions, and declaration operate to create greatness that the world sees. Do you see what I'm saying? See, birth is more than birthing a child. You have a whole system in you, sis, that can birth anything that you decide to take in. Now, that's where we got to pause. Sis, you can change your life today by determining what you take in here. Just as much as you protect your body, just as much as you wouldn't give your body to any man, is the same way you can't give your mind to any man. Why? Because just as much as your body receives a seed, so does your mind. And if your body or your mind takes in that seed, you will begin to produce, whether it's negative or positive. That's why the woman has to be the most protected, because of her ability to produce. Man can operate, but man cannot create. Creation was a gift that we saw God do. He created the world. Man creates nothing. He manages, but he doesn't create. The woman is the creator of the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. You're the creator, and you have to appreciate that about yourself. I appreciate that about you, and that's why I want you to see this. Each part functions in a different capacity, but together they bring beauty to what was just a seed at first, right? Just like a man can speak a negative word in your mind, you can either put legs and feet and eyes and hands to it, or you can crush it. See, this is where you have to begin, ladies. And I think too much focus has been on how you feel and not what you think. As much as you are a emotional creature, sis, don't believe that you have no logic, and don't believe that you don't have the same wisdom understanding that a man does. So you have to balance that emotion, because if you don't balance your emotion, you'll always be useful to a fool. Let me say it again. Women are emotional, but you have to balance that emotion, because if you don't, you will be open to a fool. And so make sure that you guard your heart, guard what matters to you, because you matter to the world. And so the value of you, that's what I want to get into, the value of you. I have 3 daughters, and I have to speak. Two of them are 17, and the twins are 17, and I have a baby girl turning 7 this Thursday, right? I have to let them know their value apart from what they do, right? I have to let them know that they don't have to earn love. You don't have to earn love, sis. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't have to earn love when you are loved. But the first love must come from you. You have to appreciate yourself. And I want to say this, you're not the mistakes you made. You don't pin yourself to the last mistake you made. You have the power to rebirth your thinking, rebirth how you operate. I think I've gone long enough on this video. We'll do another one. But I want to drive home to you, ladies, watch what goes in your mind, because you put feet and legs to it, hands and eyes and everything else. So when you take in a negative thought, you'll produce further negative thinking. When you take in negative thought from someone else about yourself, you'll internalize it, and you'll begin to produce something based on that negative seed you received. So the greatest thing for you to guard, sister, is not your heart. It is your mind. It is your mind. Well, sis, I'm at my mark. I've tried to do these about 14, 15 minutes. I appreciate you sitting with me. I appreciate you listening to this man talk about woman stuff. I'm your brother. I care about you, and I want you to see yourself as you are. My book, Soul of Sarah, is on Amazon right now. Go get it. And my daughter Morgan wrote a piece in the book, and I was so happy in there. I'm gonna walk through this book. I'm gonna just share my heart, talk about different experiences, talk about some of my failures with women, so that you can see sometimes how the off thinking of a man can be. I'll also talk about some of my experiences with women to show you that sometimes, ladies, you're not always thinking right, right? And so this is an exchange. Too much war on Amazon, too much hate on Amazon, too much hate, especially in relationships. This social media stuff is ruining relationships, making us look at each other all crazy. If we look at each other crazy, what will we be able to produce together? We'll hate each other too much to produce together. And that's the goal against us. Well, if they got a mission, then so do I. To pull relationships together, and not just intimate relationship, but male-female relationship, because really the truth is we are a lot alike. The visions say we're so different, but we're a lot alike, and conversation heals. Hey, sis, I love you. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Be on the lookout. More videos. Like, share, subscribe. Share with a sister that needs a brotherly advice. I will pick a day to go live because I want to really be able to talk and share with you. We'll have a time for some brother-sister advice where you can send in your questions. You can put your questions in the chat while I'm going live. You can also email me, sis, at christian@christianwinters.com, christian@christianwinters.com. That way I can read the email, bring it back, talk to it. I won't tell who sent the message if it's a private message. But look, I'm here. My heart is open. I have a sister myself. In fact, I introduced my sister to her husband. I picked him. I did a great pick. They just been married, I think, 23 years. And so they're amazing. I love them. And I love you. Stand tall, sis. And heal women. Heal women. This is our project, sisters. I got a project on right here. This Soul of Sarah in my state, in Pennsylvania. There are 3,900 female women incarcerated women. I'm sorry, incarcerated women. They're not prisoners. They're incarcerated women. They're just like you. There's some of them, they didn't get away with it, or some of them are just like you in their mind, right? They got stuck in a place, and you know what it is to be stuck in a place. And so let's help these women. Let's lift them up. Let's let them know they're just as valuable as they were before they went in. All right. So we have this. You can donate. A $20 donation will allow me. The book is $15 on Amazon. I'm getting the number down so that I can get the books and ship them into the prisons. All right. To all these lady incarcerated women. And so if you would donate $20, then that would allow me to get 2 books in the hands of those women. All right. That allows me to get them, sign them, put notes in them, and send them to those women in prison. 3,900 women. I'm trying. That's my goal. That's our goal, ladies. So let's be a blessing to them. All right, ladies. Always remember, you're valuable. You're worth it. And you got a brother that loves you. I'll see you soon.